And this is definitely last but not least. We have New Mexico's Central Region entering the tank. The Central Region includes Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, Belen, Estancia, only to name a few. The Central Region is home to the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, the Sandia Peak Tramway, and the largest population concentration in the state. Here's the Central Region.
Greetings, Sharks. That's right. We saved the very best until last. We are the Central Region. I'm Marisa Thompson.
And I'm Lindsay Lancaster.
And we've heard you. You're in the news. You want something new. We are going to present to you today 2 experiences that really haven't been covered and are brand new to fit with your news stories. We're going to tell you about the oldest story in New Mexico, why people have been traveling here for thousands and thousands of years. That is our Native American culture. Native Americans have been traveling here for thousands of years, but today it's a very vibrant, living, active, breathing part of our culture that not only shapes who we are as a people, it's evolving itself. This is the new Native.
Native people have a long and rich history with pottery and design. Ancient vessels, such as these ceremonial cylinders, were used to carry chocolate and liquids. What's today's vessel? The iconic Starbucks mug, of course. In Pueblo culture, traditional methods of pottery using New Mexico's natural clay are still practiced today. However, while this art form has been around for centuries, it's not enjoying a wider audience, which is why the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center teamed up with these 5 artisans representing 4 different pueblos to create ceramic mugs. The artwork on the ceramic mugs was then transferred to these travel mugs, and we launched these travel mugs in December 2016. The mugs flew off the shelves and to the tune of 200,000 and counting, and we are still enjoying we're still selling these inside the Shumakolowa Native Arts Shop, inside the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center, and online at shumakolowa.com. In addition, we just launched 2 weeks ago very new ceramic home versions of these that we're selling, and over the course of the next 3 years, we're planning on having artwork represented from all 19 pueblos on these mugs. What makes these mugs new Native? Well, each mug not only supports the artisans directly, it also allows ordinary people just like you and me to take a piece of Pueblo culture in our everyday lives, which bridges the past, the present, and the future. It creates connections across cultures and across generations. These mugs actually perpetuate Pueblo culture in present day, and they're a beautiful way for the artisans to tell their story.
So everybody knows in the world what this is. This is Machu Picchu. Everybody travels in the world to go experience the greatness of Machu Picchu. However, we have the Machu Picchu of North America right here in New Mexico, and nobody's talking about it. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This place, as you know, Chaco Canyon. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is just as significant culturally, architecturally, and spiritually to Native peoples as Machu Picchu. Yet it's hard to get to. It's really hard to get to if you've been on that road. So the new Hotel Chaco in Old Town is a new vernacular in southwestern architecture, inspired by Chaco Canyon, featuring the best contemporary Native American artists today within the hotel. So people can now go to the hotel, and we are running tours from the hotel, turnkey to Chaco Canyon with heritage inspirations. Day trip tours and overnight camping tours. Now you don't have to drive that road. You can go in our wonderful van with Native tour guides and have a completely turnkey experience, experiencing the new Native. There's about a dozen more things we can talk about.
And we have them in the Central Region just for you. From Native art and history bicycle tours to Jemez Springs Ancient Ruins, Bernalillo County's Grow the Growers Farm Program, to Nativo Lodge Artist Rooms, Indian Pueblo Cultural Center's garden classes, Native clothing, Native art activism, and of course, new Native American cuisine, which you're about to enjoy from Chef David Reese, Indian tea creme brulee. We've prepared a one sheet for you all to look over, pitch and story ideas. And more than anything, we want you to know that the Central Region is now reinventing the old with the new native. Thank you very much.
Okay, very cool, you guys. Thank you. Start with some questions on the presentation you guys just saw. Let's go with Marissa.
We were just sitting, Rebecca and I both, and while we're from competing stations, both of us, when you showed us these mugs, I asked her, I said, did you hear about that? She said, no. So this would be something that's a perfect idea to let the news know. You send this and say, hey, did you know? I think this is gorgeous. I think it is something like my girls who are 13 and 15 who live for Starbucks would love something like that. And I think that's something that we can say, hey, have you seen these? It may be a quick little story, but we would definitely get that out there. This is a mug that I could set on my desk in the morning while I'm drinking coffee. It's beautiful. So something like that, which showcases it, and if anybody asks, I mean, not that I'm trying to, but there are ways that you guys can easily, we could have gotten information out for you so quickly on this stuff. So please let us know. This is beautiful, and it's such a tremendous idea. And you've already sold $200,000
Of the travel mugs, and then actually the home version that you just mentioned just launched 2 weeks ago, so we wanted to save it until right now. That's why we were kind of giving you guys the exclusive should you be interested. And I have our native art expert here who, it was his brainchild, and he did everything.
My hunch is that all of the TV stations are going to be clamoring over these mugs. It really is a spectacular idea and such a beautiful way to showcase this part of the state. Like Marissa said, KOB would absolutely be interested in doing a story with you and talking about the creation of these mugs and what you hope that these mugs do for the people who are making them and for our area. There's a real economic development story in this as well that I know that we'd be interested in telling. So kudos to you for such a brilliant idea.
I've not only been aware of these mugs, but have been trying to get my hands on one for months now. Every time I go to IPCC, you're sold out, so I'm in heaven right now. This is a perfect item for our gift guide that we'll do in December, and so I'll be in touch with IPCC about that, and I'm glad to see that the idea is expanding. This thing just took off so fast. I'm not even sure that you expected it. I'm hoping you're part of the True Certified program with these, because there's some nice publicity that'll come along with that. And as for the Hotel Chaco tours, once again, I'd like to introduce you to our associate publisher, Edie Dillman, who would be happy to sell you a full-page ad.
What else? You want to go?
Okay, I'd be interested in the mug story for an Out of New Mexico article for something, maybe an airline magazine, something like that. And also want to discuss with you about the Chaco Hotel and the experience, turnkey especially, making it easy. Everybody's so overwhelmed, so I'd want to follow up with those two with you.
Okay, so it appears right now, like what we've got here is a Chaco, possibility of the Chaco Hotel, and then all of you guys are kind of swimming around each other on these mugs and how that's going to be, or the other coffee mug here, how that's going to be divvied up. Do we have any, can we give these guys any idea of what they could expect, what kind of coverage they could expect? Can we get a little more detail?
You can expect this on my desk tomorrow morning. I mean, I will have it on there. I really like that mug a little bit better. Can I switch it out?
This one here?
No, the other one.
Oh, no, this one?
That one.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
Because
There
it's,
you go.
bring the other one too,
There we go.
because this
Oh,
one
okay.
really
Oh, sorry.
showcases, so on
Oh, you guys don't like the
television, you would
okay.
see
Yeah,
this
sorry,
a lot
I got it.
better, just because you'd
Oh.
see it.
It's
but-
interesting that you mentioned that one. That artist is
That's Elizabeth Medina from Zia Pueblo. She's also done her and her husband have done the pottery for the New Mexico Bowl trophy.
Wow.
So there's some historic
That's
value.
just, that's gorgeous.
That's
I
awesome
mean,
that you said something about your teenage daughters, because
Yeah.
you know, one of the things that we always try to strive is the perpetuation of our culture, the preservation of it. We got millennials coming into, younger people coming into the Starbucks or the Culture Center with a cell phone in one hand, a latte cup in the other, constantly. But it's been something that is a blessing for us. These kids are coming in now who have no idea about their culture that's going away. Now they have interest. They're saying, well, this is from Acoma Pueblo, my Pueblo. I want to buy it. What does this symbolism mean? We are bridging that gap now. We have
It's
tools.
fantastic, really. I mean, we were blown away, and I think
Okay, so Marissa will put it on the desk.
this will be on there in the morning for sure. You'll
Okay.
see them on my desk.
Okay.
Anybody that inquires, give me the information. But, people would want to know, where can I get that? I would love to buy some for my kids. I mean, as a gift, it's fantastic. But we can do a story on it, because I find that so interesting in terms of trying to preserve the culture and how that's going away. But this is a way to experience Native American art in a very contemporary way.
I'd just like to say, we've already written about the original version of these, and this being used. I can see my colleague Taylor Hood out there in the audience, and I can imagine he's going to jump on this. He's on our business desk.
We'll probably call you today so we can set something up
Wow.
tomorrow.
Nice work.
I mean,
Dean, are we going to call anybody, or are we just going to walk around in circles? Like, what do we got going on? Well, here's this guy. He's basically the assignments manager, and you're just standing there staring.
No, I think we'd love to have a story on the mugs, but also I'd love to have maybe one of the artists on the morning show to talk about the creation of the mugs, so you get maybe more time to talk about it specifically. I also like it as an economic story where you talk about 200,000 of them sold. I mean, that's a big deal. That's a big number. And, the contrast with the actual, the white Starbucks cup is a great visual. So we're in.
Okay.
Is that okay, Mark?
This is
That's good,
definitely,
man. Good work on the we're in at the end.
Yeah, this is definitely something that, like Dean had mentioned, for us, it's not just a 10 p.m. story. This is an all-day story. It can be in our morning show. It can, our morning reporter can definitely do a piece on this. That in turn gets carried over to the 4 o'clock show. That in turn gets turned into a 5:30 VOSA, a 10 p.m. VOSA. As Dean mentioned, I think it's very, very worth the time of having the artists come on our morning lifestyle shows, talk about these, how popular they are, and how you're expanding into these, and how these are now rolling out into something that's new. And the tie-in with the New Mexico Bowl. I mean, you have the artist and that tie-in that we see it every year. We have video of that thing and of the pottery and being raised up. And so it's definitely something that I will call you about
Yeah.
once I get out of here.
Chris, did you want to say something else?
I'm just looking at your sheet. Do I have Ira's phone number? I'm telling you.
I
We
have
can get
everything,
phone numbers
so-
later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, it sounds to me like where we're going to leave this is everybody's going to be calling you. So that's good. Very good. Central Region, thanks.